Okay guys, here I want to introduce you to some of the weed species. Basically, I focus on weeds in rice agroecosystem. I hope you get some general picture of what weeds are and make yourself prepared for our trip to Tanjung Karang later. Well, before that, please read this paper about the weed survey in Kedah rice area. So this is a very important paper. So try to understand this paper. Make sure that you know why we need to survey, why we need to know about the weeds in rice agroecosystem. Okay, this paper also listed weed species observed in Muda rice areas from 2001 to 2005. I picked some of them to show you how they look like. Okay, first is I always call this use this in my reference in the class. Yeah, this is Echinoclea crasgali. This is a type of wild grass originating from tropical Asia that was formerly classified as a type of panicum grass. It is commonly known as barnyard grass, which may refer to any species of Echinoclea or the genus as a whole, basically. So, considered as one of the world's worst weeds, it reduces crop yields and causes forage crops to fail by removing up to 80% of the available soil nitrogen. The high levels of nitrates it accumulates can poison livestock also. It acts as a host for several mosaic virus diseases. Heavy infestations can interfere with mechanical harvesting also because of the shape of the seeds, the shape of the leaf, and so on and so forth. Secondly is the Echinoclea colonna, same genus from the Echinoclea crasgali, is the Echinoclea aggregates. It's a type of wild grass originating from tropical Asia. It was formerly classified as a species of panicum, same like the Echinoclea crasgali. It is the wild ancestors of the cultivated cereal crop Echinoclea frumentacea, what we call a sour millet. Okay, some taxonomies treat the two taxa as one species, in which case the domesticated forms may also be referred to as Echinoclea colonna. Next is a Leptocloa chinensis. This is a serious weed of rice. Its ability to withstand waterlogged conditions as well as drain, moist conditions makes it a problem weed in rice. The weed is an alternate host of Cicadulina bipunctata and also Sedaplochloris medinalis. Also Creatonatus gangis, Marasmia species, Nephototics species, Peregrinus maedis, Pseudococcus sacralina, Takanashi, Spectrera moretia, blah 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 blah, and also nematodes. So which means that also nematodes such as Leishmaniella, Molydogene, it's also an alternative host of disease caused by Aphelis oryza, Ferricularia oryza, and also Rhizoctonia solani, which means that the infestation, basically the infestation by this weed, of this Leptocloa chinensis is they are the host of many diseases. They can bring diseases. So at this, because of this character, they can kill or interfere the crops, the neighboring crops by introducing the diseases. So because this weed is host for many type of diseases. Ischemum rugosum. This is a serious weed in lowland direct seeded rice, where it emerges later than many weeds in the crop and is favored by shallow flooding. This one is Illusin indica, the goose grass. This is one of the important species. They basically this Illusin indica not present in the field, but actually this is a very important weed as well. This is a species. Many if you go to literature, they call it as a goose grass. It's a species of grass in the Poaceae family, of course. It is a small annual grass distributed throughout the warmer areas of the world to about 50 degrees latitude. It is an invasive species in some areas, especially also in Malaysia. Illusin indica is closely related to Illusin corocana. This is a finger millet or African finger millet, and the diplot Illusin indica is likely an ancestor of the allotetraploid Illusin corocana. Seeds of Illusin indica are edible and are sometimes used as famine food, but yields are very, very low. It is an important weed of cultivated crops, lawn, and also for golf courses. It thrives in disturbed areas with compacted soils in full sun. Both tillage and herbicide are used for its control. This low-growing grass is capable of setting seed even when closely mown. Okay. Some population have evolved resistant to certain herbicides. This is the most important part, important characteristics of Illusin indica, the goosegrass. They evolved to be resistant, especially to glyphosate. Illusin indica performs C4 photosynthesis and therefore can grow in hot climates and in the hotter months of the temperate zones. Its seeds germinate later in spring than most other temperate zone weeds such as crabgrasses. Though usually considered an annual, it may survive for more than a year in climate not subject to frost. So this is basically very important in temperate areas. But in Malaysia, the highly most this weed already developed 3 or 4 resistant to 3 or 4 mode of action. So this is very important and very serious weed in Malaysia as well. Next is Fimbrystylis Malaysia. This is a very serious weed in rice fields. In rice fields, seedling appears soon after rice is sown, flowers in about 1 month, and capable of producing a second generation in the same season. So kind of like very fast growing. Germinates where flood water is shallow or absent, and seedlings may emerge throughout the entire growing period of rice. So this you can look at it and try to look at this Fimbrystylis Malaysia. Cypress area. This is one of the sages in the rice field. The weeds thrive in wetland rice, dryland annual crops, and also plantation crops. This sage multiplies very rapidly, can produce up to 3,000 to 5,000 seeds per plant. The seedlings emerge immediately after rice is sown, flowers months later, and can establish second generation in the same season. It flowers throughout the year. Cypress deformis. It produces large quantities of seed and can complete life cycle in about 30 days. A dominant weed in direct seeded rice, when it occurs in high plant densities, and it can form dense mats of vegetation in the young crop and can cause rice yield losses up to 12 to 50%. This is a Scarpus grossus. This is a genus of aquatic grass-like species in the family Cyperaceae. Again, this is a sages. It can survive unfavorable conditions like prolonged flooding or drought, and also as a buried seed. Ludwigia. This is Ludwigia octovalvis, is sometimes regarded as an invasive species and is also classified by IUCN as of least concern with stable populations. An adult plant is 1 meter tall on average, but is able to grow taller and spreads to form mats and on the mud. Rooting at nodes in contact with the substrate or floats ascending in the ascending in the water. Its flowers are yellow in appearances. They are made up of green and red stems, like this. The yield small capsular fruits containing many minute seeds. Okay, this is a Ludwigia. Another Ludwigia is Ludwigia hysopifolia. This Ludwigia is an erect herb with yellow flowers, similar flowers. Probably might this also can be a serious rice weed on both clay loam and clay soils in lowland rice field. Hidiotis corymbosa. This is a flowering plant in the family Rubiaceae. Many species of this genus, such as Hediotis biflora and Hediotis diffusa, are well-known medicinal plants. But this is Corymbosa. I don't know if there is any medicinal properties for this weed species. Salvinia molesta, the Kariba weed, okay, can form dense vegetation mats that reduce water flow and lower the light and oxygen levels in the water. The stagnant dark environment negatively affects the biodiversity and abundance of freshwater species, including fish and submerged aquatic plants. Salvinia molesta invasions can alter wetland ecosystems and cause wetland habitat loss. This species was added to the IUCN list of 100 of the world's worst invasive alien species in 2013. Echinocera crassipes. This is originating from South America. It's one of the worst aquatic weeds in the world. It's beautiful. Large purple and violet flowers make it a popular ornamental plant for ponds. It is now found in more than 50 countries on 5 continents. This is what the common name is water hyacinth. Is a very fast-growing plant with population known to double in as little as 12 days. Yeah, an infestation of this weed block waterways, limiting boat traffic, swimming, and also fishing. Water hyacinths also prevent sunlight and oxygen from reaching the water column and submerged plants. Shading and crowding of native aquatic plants dramatically reduces biological diversity in aquatic ecosystems. Ipomia aquatica, okay, is rich in iron and is used traditionally to treat gastric and intestinal disorders. However, Ipomia aquatica is highly invasive, this forming dense mats over the surface of water bodies such as lakes, ponds, marshes, canals, and ditches, and also in rice field. It is also found in very moist soils such as the muddy banks along streams. This species spreads rapidly from plant fragments, and its floating seeds allow effective colonization of new areas. Aquatic herbicides, whilst generally effective, are not specific enough to be used in many sensitive areas, making eradication of this weed very difficult. So, how many weeds can I memorize every day? So this is a challenge of yourself, also mine. Make sure that you guys can understand and then basically know where to find it, and then at least you can create the understanding. So in rice agroecosystem, the most major weeds basically in the grasses family, because of the similar characteristics with the rice itself as in the grass family, which means that if you want to control grass, which means it's very high likely, if, let's say you want to use chemical or herbicides to control grass weed, you may there is a high likely that you kill the rice themselves. But for the broadleaf, for the most of the broadleaf weed, so there is manageable, and certain most of the herbicides can is easily used to control them. So let me know if you can think of you can identify more of the weeds, and I'm waiting for your assignments in the weed hunt. Thank you very much.